What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We up in this thing, man, to talk about two fighters that's been lost. And that's Nicholas Walters and Keith Thurman. We're going to talk about Keith Thurman real quick. Keith Thurman last fought, in 2017, March, I believe, versus Danny Swift Garcia. And, he's been basically, they claim to make him champion in recess. And you have Angel Garcia saying that he got stripped of his WBC title. But he still holds the Super WBA title. I remember he was the regular WBA title holder. And he got elevated once I think Floyd moved on from the belt. And he's not fought anybody for 2 years almost. He won't get a fight in this year. I think that's disgusting for you to at one point of recently that almost everybody recognized you as the number one welterweight. And to be honest, you still can recognize Keith Thurman as the number one welterweight based off resume. He got the best two wins. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Crawford don't have that at welterweight. Obviously just got there. Errol Spence is hanging his hat on the Kell Brook fight. And basically the division don't move unless Sean Porter fights Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, or Keith Thurman get in the mix as well. It's unfortunate though for Keith Thurman. It's very, very unfortunate, man, that I think he milked it a bit. They said his injuries was real, real bad. People I know was close to the camp said it was a lot to overcome. Obviously, he got married, he got comfortable, and like I said before, a lot of these dudes is monsters when they coming up. A lot of these dudes got the eye of the tiger when they coming through the ranks, but when they actually reach their goals, and I don't know if this is a short-term goal to be a unified welterweight title holder. I don't know if it's his ultimate goal just to be ranked number one as the welterweight. I would think the ultimate goal for, a boxer would be to be the best boxer on the planet and be an undisputed lineal champion of your weight class and continue to move up if you can and do it at the next weight class. But that's not everybody's MO. And we learning that. A lot of these dudes' MO is just to get the bag and relax. Get as much money as they can and retire. A lot of these guys don't care about the sport. A lot of these guys don't even watch boxing. They're not even fans of boxing. They just using the sport as a way to make money. So they moving like businessmen. Okay, and then you got guys that perpetrate, that lie to the fans and say that they want all the smoke, they want all the fights, and then ultimately that's not true. Or ultimately you turn up like Keith Thurman and just don't want no smoke no more and just contempt for what you've done in the sport of boxing. You content that they overpaid you to fight Leonard Bundu and they overpaid you to fight the Guerreros, the Carlos Quintanas. And you content just being where you made it at. You don't no longer feel you have to prove yourself. You made enough money. You invested your money well. You happy, At the end of the day, I just don't think he has the burning fire to continue on in the sport of boxing. I think when he does come back, it'll be interesting to see. But 2 years out the ring, with a May 19th date that was scrapped, with an August date that was scrapped, with a September date that got scrapped, which a date that was supposed to be at the end of the year, it got scrapped. And obviously, I don't think it's no fight in sight for him. Zab Judah, what happened to that fight? That went down the drain. And obviously it's either one of the few of the questions I'm about to ask. Either he having issues shedding the weight, either he's still injured, or either, he's just not confident, or he don't need to come back, or he might just retire. So it's epically disgraceful that the WBA hasn't stripped Keith Thurman. I don't care how much Al or Steven Espinoza or his managers or Keith are paying the WBA to hold that title, but it's criminal what they doing. And I said last year, if he did not fight by June of 2018, this year, if he didn't fight by June this year, 2018, he should be stripped. I remember one of the guys say, I'm subbing for you because, that's not right. I said, what is not right about it? He's been out since March of 2017. It's a whole year and a couple more months after that. He still ain't fought nobody. So if he don't fight nobody in June, why should he continue to hold the title and hold the division up and hold two titles at the time? This is before they stripped him of the WBC. When I said this probably back in March, April, Mayish, whatever it was, and I was, you're not a real. I'm not a fanboy channel. Okay, I'm gonna call it how I see it. So I may say some things you agree with. I may say some things you don't agree with. I may say some things that you're neutral on, you numb to. All right, but for Keith Thurman to hold this division up like this, man, and then basically go on to the Brandon Schaub show on Showtime well, on YouTube and say that, you know, Errol Spence is good and hungry, but he can't do shit until he fight me or he come see me. All these guys, Terrence Crawford, can't do nothing until they come see me. He's arrogant about it. It's basically like him smiling in your face and putting the middle finger up, say, y'all can't do nothing about it. I'm still that guy. I'm still the number one guy. I still fought the best resume. I know y'all clowns not going to fight each other. Sean Porter can't fight nobody, okay? You know, he ain't going to fight nobody. He going to babysit that belt. Errol Spence, nobody want to fight Errol Spence. He ain't going to fight Crawford across the street because then it's a 50-50 fight. You know, it's all business with Errol Spence now. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford not going to cross the street because he's not allowed to. You know, so ain't none of y'all going to fight. I'm going to take my time coming back. I'm going to keep paying bread to the WBA. Tell them I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. So they seriously threaten this, they seriously threatened to strip me, and then I'll come back. My whole thing about Keith Thurman was I've been said that, you know, when he come back, no tune-up. He should go in right versus the mandatory. 2 mandatories. Straight up. He got to fight 2 mandatories, and I say about 8 months. You know, now I'm really mean that. He need to come back in January, fight a mandatory, come back in March, which would be the number 1 WBA contender they can get. If number 1 can't get number 1, get number 2. Then come back in May or June and fight the regular WBA title holder at the time. Okay? He need to come back and fight 2 straight mandatories, man. And like I say, man, he basically, you know, in that shop interview he did a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, he basically rubbed them in their face, say, I ain't fighting y'all, you know. Y'all gonna have to wait on me. Y'all on my time, man. And that's disgraceful that a boxer that's supposed to have a warrior spirit, a warrior mindset, is having the mindset of a scorned baby mama that's taking their baby daddy child to court for child support, you know, just because he don't want to be with you no more. You know, that's exactly what he doing. Female tendencies. And Nicholas Walters, man, I did some research, and he ain't fought since he fought Lomachenko back in 16. So what's going on about 3 years from him? You know, 2 full years, I believe in November. 2 full years for he fought Lomachenko in November, I think, of 2016. So it's going on 2 full years tomorrow or next month, however you want to say it. That since he's fought in the ring, he did an article with a Jamaican star, sorry if I butchered it. He did an article with them saying back in April that he was preparing for a ring return. That was a few months ago. I mean, Keith Thurman was supposed to return in April. I'm not sure. According to the article, I believe he still would be top rank. I believe he probably will return at 130 if he can make the weight. He's been out so long. But, you know, he took that loss so tough that, you know, he didn't return. You know, so we ain't seen Nicholas Walters, and wouldn't it be interesting to see Nicholas Walters infused into the 130-pound division? I think Nicholas Walters could beat Tevin Farmer right now, you know. Come off the street, get a tune-up. He beat Tevin Farmer right now and get a title. So he needs to jump back, get in the mix, because there's some guys at 130 he can beat. If Mares, Santa Cruz, Gary Russell come up there, I mean, you know, it'd have been a dogfight at 126, but I think he's a physically big guy. It'd have been a good fight with all of them at 130 now. I mean, you get in rhythm, maybe you can fight Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, your power wasn't what it was at 26. You know what it was. I mean, it wasn't what it was at 30 as it was as at 126 pounds featherweight, but he still got a really straight jab. But I think Lomachenko disarmed him of his Axeman personality, his characteristics of being this Billy Badass, you know, guy. And we know that Top Rank did him dirty. You know how they do a lot of fighters with melanin in their skin. He didn't want. They lowballed him on Lomachenko the first fight. He didn't want to take that fight the first time around. For about a year, he sat on the shelf. Then they hit him with a lowball offer. He had to take the fight for low money. And that's just how they get down, you know. So that's you always got to watch who you sign with, man. You know, he was the hottest thing smoking. He had a draw with Jason Sosa, which most people thought he won. And then he came off a year, sitting on the sideline, and he got in there and he mixed it up with Lomachenko, and he quit. You know what I'm saying? Frustrated. He had no rhythm. He had been sitting out for a year. And that's what people talk about Lomachenko. You could put an asterisk by every victory he got, damn near, except for every victory you can say something about him. You know, Jason Sosa, he didn't have an amateur background. Nicholas Walters was out a year, froze him out, set him on the shelf. He was lethargic. Rocky Martinez and Mikey had already knocked him out. Okay, Orlando Salido beat him. Okay, I mean, you could say something. Linares had been stopped by John Molina, oh, not John Molina. He got stopped by Antonio DeMarco and a few other guys in his career. Sergio Thompson, guys you never heard of. So like I say, man, you can nitpick anybody's resume in this era. You know what I'm saying? The Nicholas Walters fight, people, he quit. People make it seem bad, but, at the end of the day, I think it really took his boxing soul, his boxing warrior spirit out of him. And, obviously he was preparing for a comeback in April. He hasn't came back yet. Like I said, I'd love to see him mix it up at 130 with some of them guys, but he might have to return at 135. And, he might not have enough, he might not be able to cut that weight back to 130. And that might be a problem that him and Keith Thurman is both having. Not being able to cut the weight and get back down to fighting weight. When you out for 2 years, both of these guys are being out for 2 years. Walters next month, November will be 2 years. Keith Thurman in March will be 2 years out the ring. When you out that long, it's hard to get the weight off. It's hard to get the motivation. It's hard to get up and fight, especially when both guys had Billy Gunn, Ho, or cat pillar mentalities when they were supposed to be really, really mean fighters that was all about chaos for life, all about being real, real nasty, being real, real dogs in the ring. And now, they basically been stripped of their dignity and stripped of their personality now. So I wanted to get this video in, man. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Goodfellas Sports TV. We on Facebook. I'm about to redo the Twitter real quick. Bring my Twitter back up. And then you can email me video requests, questions, concerns, whatever the business may be. Also, if you want to make a donation, that link's in the description as well. Let me know what you think about the video. And send me a video request, man. Inbox me on Facebook, upcoming Twitter. And you can just email me. So, let me know what y'all guys think. One time for the one time we gone.